All right, so quick updates on how to league start this build and what we're going to do, and another couple useful bits of information and tips. So starting off as a witch, rolling magma is going to be actually a good starting point for leveling. You get this right off the bat. And then you're going to want to get arcane surge and elemental proliferation. You get the arcane surge. You either get it from the vendor or you get it from starting out as a Templar or Scion, and then you can just go back on your witch after you do the quest to get it. Next up, obviously you get Holy Flame Totem. It's pretty standard stuff. And Flame Wall. And with these three, that'll carry you through quite a bit of the game early on, since you get these at level 4. That's a lot of fire damage. Following that, you can actually go up the tree scaling your fire damage for the first while, because the items you're going to be using later won't come along until, let's see here, Rigwalds is 20, Chalice of Horrors is 29. So it's going to be a little while before you get there. So start off with these. That'll get you where you need to be. And then you can just respec. This guy here, I'm not going to show the whole video. It's not my content. But this is the guy's channel. Check his video out. He's got a really good speed run and an in-depth guide on how he does it. This was for 3.23, but it should carry over to 3.24 no problem. This guy uses Rolling Magma, Holy Flame Totem, and Flame Wall. He also got a bit of a write-up here. You can read the write-up. It's actually in his description here. A leveling gem write-up. You can just read that. Once you do hit the right levels here for Rigwalds and Chalice, it might take a while before these are up on the shop. So you could keep going this route for a while until you get a pair. And when you do go to shop for them, they're not expensive. So Rigwalds here right now, it's going for 3.4 chaos. That's not a lot. I mean, you can easily find that. Chalice, that's 1 chaos. They're always cheap. And the Ghost Wraith is also only a couple chaos. You get the 50% chaos res, bit more life, which converts to energy shield, a good chunk of energy shield. That'll be good sustain, especially if you get the Ghost Reaver, which would kind of be required if you're going to go that route. Anyways, back to Rigwalds. So when you're leveling with Rigwalds, this gives you trigger level 10 summon spectral wolf on kill. So anything you kill is going to give you a wolf. You can have a maximum of 10 wolves, and if we open this up here, you get 3 to 6 added physical damage per wolf. So if you're going to be doing the attack damage yourself, that's a good bonus, but you don't need to. The other thing to keep in mind, I think a lot of people are overlooking this and not even reading it properly, or just way over their head. They nerfed it, but now your minions get 40% of life added as energy shield, so there's more sustain. They're going to be a lot stronger. But the big takeaway is 1% of damage dealt by your minions is leached as life. So that's not like the Baron where it's just zombies. This is all your minions. So if you want SRS, if you want golems, whatever you want. So your wolves, they are minions. They should leech the life back to you, and the mana, or not mana, the energy shield if you get Ghost Reaver. 10 wolves and 5 or 6 zombies, that's a lot of sustain. And you can get that pretty easy going the Chalice of Horrors route. POBs say you're doing nothing for damage, but it doesn't really take into factor this. Inflict decay on enemies you curse with hex skills, dealing 700 chaos damage per second for 8 seconds. So you don't even have to get AoE notes, but you can if you want to scale it up a little bit more. Oh, and the curse notes too if you want. Basically, you just drop this on a pack and they're dead. And then they instantly spawn you 10 wolves, and you can get increased duration. You can have wolves up for over a minute, and if you got them up and the boss is there, they're going to rip that boss to shreds. You will have problems with Katava later on. That's where Flame Wall and all this other stuff will probably be a little more useful, or you can level up more if you need to. Another thing, too, to factor in is this is actually good for a BAMA build, so which is Blink, Arrow, and Mirror Arrow. And yeah, minions will leech the life or energy shield back to you. So all the damage that these things are doing are going to bring it back to you, and you can have a ton of these things out. One of the more expensive things you're going to see that you're going to want for this build, if you're going to go the Strength Stacker Baron build, is the Lethal Pride Jewel, which will give you the added strength you need, and that's going right now for 206 chaos. This is probably going to be a lot of chaos, so that'll be a heavy investment. Everything else is budget-friendly and cheap. Later on, if you're still sticking with the Rolling Magma, Holy Flame Totem and all that, or even just Rolling Magma, you can get slower projectiles, and what this will do is it'll allow Rolling Magma to hit a mob up to 3 times. So you're going to get a lot more damage output, and you increase AoE, the spread's going to be pretty decent. And getting elemental proliferation early on is going to really help bring up the damage if you're going up the fire damage routes until you get your chalice and rigwalds. You get that in Act 1 fairly easy. Hopefully this build doesn't bring up the cost of rigwalds and chalice, because that would really ruin my my league starter. And I've been doing this for quite a while, and it's a breeze. So quick recap. Level as a witch with rolling magma. Get your arcane surge and elemental proliferation. Your holy totem and your flame wall. That will get you through most of the act. This guy's got the video up here with all the information. You can actually watch him do it. He's very fast. And then when you get to the point where you got your rigwalds and your Chalice of Horrors, you're basically all set. You can drop any hex. I recommend Contagion on a pack, and they're dead, and you get 10 wolves. So you got your zombies up. You got your Bone Barrier giving you 1% of damage leached back as life or energy shield. And then you can work the tree to, as you see fit, whichever build you're going to go. I'll leave a link to this guy's video here for his speedrun in the description. You guys can check it out, skim through it, see what he does, and maybe learn a little bit from him. You can go to his description and you'll have the write-up for the gem information and all that. Another thing I didn't bring up really in this video is the Absolution. Okay, so you can get Absolution at level 12, and this will actually carry you through the game pretty decent too, along with rigwalds. So that's an alternative solution to go this route. The problem here, though, is that your sentinels will kind of kill steal you, basically, and you're not going to get the wolf spawned. So, I mean, you could go this route. If that's working for you, you can stick with it. I basically done it with Contagion, and I had no problem. This could be extra minions for you, though, and you're going to have minion stats. Can't go wrong. But if you do manage to get the transfigured version of it, I would probably recommend to go this, because the increases and reductions to minion damage also apply to this skill's damage. So this is going to nuke the packs the same way like you do all the damage to Chalice. So you might even be able to bypass the Chalice and just go with this gem. So that's definitely worth trying out. And I'm going to try to get this. I don't know how that's going to go. This could be crazy, insane price or something. Who knows? But it is a level 12. Someone's going to have one for sale at some point, or I'll get one myself. I don't know. Hopefully this will explain the mechanics behind Chalice of Horrors and Rigwald's Crest. And using Rolling Magma, Holy Flame Totem, and Flame Wall early on to get there. If you guys have any more questions or anything about the video and the guide, feel free to leave something in the comments for me. Or if you have any other tips or something I missed, just bring it up. See you in the league start.